Hello, Namaste, and welcome to Agile Exploration Hub. After a really long gap, we have come back with a new episode today. And Talks with Deshpandeji so far 25 episode. This will be our 26th episode. And Today we have another guest, Gaurav Goel. So he is a project manager over 13 years of experience in tech industry. He is specialized in leading cross-functional teams to deliver software projects on time and within the budget. He is passionate about using technology, solve real world problems, and he's excited to connect with like-minded professionals. So Gaurav and me are connected from since long time on LinkedIn, and we are interacting on various topics, and we got good connection built up so far. So without wasting much time, and once again, I'll let me remind you the topic of the today. Topic is customer centricity. Let's welcome Gaurav. Hey Gaurav.
Thank you, Nagesh. Thanks for the brief introduction, but it was nice meeting you. Yeah,
Great. So, how was your weekend, sir?
all good. Thank you. So nice weekend. Like it's getting hot in Pune nowadays.
Yeah, it's summer is almost there now, and
Yes,
yeah, so we have to be very careful about our health because it
right,
can get really hot in Pune soon.
correct.
Yeah. So, just want to uh, go, you know start this topic about customer centricity, and what is the first thing that comes in your mind when we talk about customer centricity?
Okay. So I'll go back like around 9 years or 10 years back in my life when I used to be a business analyst. Yeah.
Oh,
At that time, it was totally kind of a waterfall mode of working, and where we say that okay, you have 10 documents you read and you have a pinpointed requirements from the customer and you break down them in the business requirement functional requirement and then look for the deliveries for it and you follow the
mm,
traditional waterfall. And after 3 months 4 months when you go back to them and say that okay, this is what we are trying to develop and this is how we have done so far, you got to know okay, this is all waste of time and money.
mm,
That's where it all started, that why should we not think from a customer point of view, what actually they want, how they want. And that's a continuously iterative process. So
right.
that's where I started my journey to see how customer be the center of my core. Hence I chose the like path of project manager to really guide everyone, that stop thinking from the only from your own perspective. Think from a customer perspective, what is required, why it is required, and how it is really helping in the real time for the customer. Because end of the day, we all are working for the customer.
Right, exactly.
And if you are able to give a better solution to the customer, he will always be happy and he will always come back to you for feedback, suggestion, or no matter what happens, he will be there with you. So that's how it all started as a customer centricity, and I have been following and trying to follow as much as possible to be transparent with them, so that I build them a relation rather than just a working relation, but a cordial relation wherein we say that yes, yeah, we have done some good work.
Yeah, so another thought came into my mind when when you're saying this, that few industry, few organizations, few services or software, you know, taken customer into their um, s- thinking or thought process very late. You know, so many people I observe that they think they are the building software, they are what the software they're building is they just building, they don't think about the customer. And this thought, according to my experience, came very late to a lot of people. Now they are focusing more on the customer, how this customer is going to use, what will be impact if customer fail to do this transaction. This thought came start building very recently, as I can see in the pattern. So well
Correct.
said.
Yeah, because like when we were in the waterfall, always all the team are in like in their mode that I'm a developer, These are the requirements that you have written to me. I'm done.
Yeah.
If you want a change, get a change request. I'll get it done. But when you talk the fast moving world of today, you cannot really say that I need a change request for every single thing. You
Right.
have to adopt the fast moving pace of the life, and business is ever evolving. You never know what the requirement was given today. It really matter tomorrow. Things change very dynamically.
Right, absolutely. Well said. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So now, when we're talking about the change, and I want to hear a real, some story or some of your experience where, you interacted with the customer gave you some feedback. Based on the customer feedback, you changed the product, you brought a change, and it really, made a lot of change or a lot of good to the product as well as the customer.
Yeah. So, recently I have delivered one product, not in like around 6 or 7 months back, wherein we had a very difficult customer to work with. Yeah, and they have a ever growing changes because of their regulation. Because certain industry are tightly bound with their regulation,
Exactly. Yeah.
and you have to bound with the regulation of the law of the land. And when you talk about the law of the land, it really matters to everyone, because even the company that you are working in, they are also bound to follow that, and the organization which you are serving to is also bound to follow that. And their recursive process that they have to really bring the changes on the go, because they have certain approvals to follow. Yeah. And sometimes the developer gets really annoyed that why there are so much changes. But when we talk to the customer, we realize that is there a regulatory requirement that has to be followed irrespective what happens.
Hmm.
And delaying certain thing doesn't matter. it for me it says that okay, it's a change request, go ahead and do the change request, we'll follow process. But that doesn't solve the purpose of their business. For
Right.
me, thereafter I thought that okay, let's do the customer map, what actually their wants and needs are. If we
Hmm.
understand their wants, needs and fears, then we can really think from the shoe of a customer where he's coming from. Because end of the day, he has to also cater to the market.
Right.
And if he doesn't cater to the market, he just lost the game. So that's where I thought that no, let's bring things to the plate. Let's see what best we can do. If it is a change request as well, that is fine, that can follow its own sweet time and process. But
Hmm.
let's try to see what best we can do and what best we can deliver. And even my QA developers, designers, they're working tirelessly for it. But at the end of the day, we managed to deliver that product with great quality. And when we see that customer is using that in real time, it really gave us satisfaction. At least our designs, our code, our product is getting used, and
Used, yes.
many other people are using it. So it's always look for why. Ask your question why it is really required from a customer point of view. So that's my thought process for it.
Great, good, good. So, given my example, like, way back, like almost a decade year ago, a decade or 10 years ago, I was working on a project where I was responsible for testing web services.
Hmm.
And that time I was like, new in the industry. So um, initially I never asked why we are doing this and what is the purpose and all that. And that was mistake on my part. But then later on, when I came to know this web service that we are building is going to help some people in African village to recharge their you know DTH, like,
Hmm.
television, satellite television. And then I thought, okay, that's good. And then we completed the project. It went live, it went well, all that. And cut to after like 5 years, I happened to travel to one of such towns in Africa where I personally used that kiosk machine which was using the web services that I tested. And I recharged one of my friends satellite television, like we have Tata Sky here. And I was like shocked. Oh, this is what I built. Oh, this is nice. So now I started thinking as a customer how it's helped me. You know,
Correct.
when my team build this service and deliver to them, then customer is benefited. Now that customer need not to go somewhere else to do this transaction. So when you think for the customer and the way customer behaves, then your testing thinking or your development thinking will change. So that's my
Rightly
take on
said.
it.
And when you think, when you have visited that particular kiosk, you must be thinking, oh, what all challenges you might have faced that time.
Yes,
But
yes,
now
yes, yes.
when you see that product, those all goes away, because that's a joy when you see someone is using your own solution itself.
Yeah. And so before coming to our next question, here the challenge was we are sitting in ODC here in India,
Yep.
and we are not directly talking to the customer.
Hmm.
Okay, again, this is even my manager, or they're talking to the product owners who own the product, but not the customer. But as as an industry leader, how you make sure that your team is interacting either directly with the customer or product owner who owns that product and is dealing day to day with the customers. So how you make sure?
Okay. So one of the improvement that I bought in within my team is that when we go for the demo or even for the retrospective as well, sometimes
Hmm.
if required, we call the customer as well. And
Oh. Hmm.
it is not really restricted to their product owner. Even if their business wants to join in, they are free to join in. And it's an open culture that I have really requested from them, that we want to have a very open conversation when we talk to you. It may be possible that I don't really like certain thing that you are doing, and you may also not like that certain thing that I'm doing currently, or I'm
Hmm.
how I'm driving the project. But there may be differences, but our end goals are pretty clear, that we want to deliver certain solution. That's how I have really made that gap to bridge, that the customer is joining our calls. Even their customer, when we do the demo, I invite their extended team members, so that we get the very first cut of their feedback. And that's how it's really helping us, and it also helping them, because when they do the testing, earlier it used to be like a black box what to test.
Exactly. Yeah.
Now at least they know, okay, they have worked on this one particular product or one particular feature, so they're focused on that. However, I always keep telling to them, do not be focused only in one feature. Do and go get your hand dirty. Give me certain thing that you feel that this is not working.
Hmm.
I'll be happy to take that feedback. Maybe I'll be not able to address it immediately, but you may find something which I might have missed it or my team has missed it. But you, as a real time user of the product,
User.
you should be able to find certain thing which I'm missing. So when you talk to them, do not consider them as their client. Talk to them as their peer, as you are their peer. And client and customer relation, and what I say, the vendor relation is diminishing now. It's
Hmm.
always a collaborative ways that we all are working. And when we talk about the collaborative way, it cannot be from only from vendor. It also come from a customer point of view as well. When you both, how would I put in, like when you both try to respect each other and
Hmm.
give respect to each other, you
Right.
get to know, okay, there are certain things that really change the atmosphere of the team itself.
Hmm.
So that's how I'm trying to build that relationship with them. And what I always say is that do not go with the traditional metrics like velocity burn down chart. Go with the customer centric metrics like CSAT,
Right.
NPS.
Right.
That's where you will get to know what customer is thinking about you.
Right.
Give them the like challenge them why they think that, okay, we are not doing good. Ask the difficult question. Let them also give the difficult answer. Okay, Gaurav, you are not doing this thing good. I want you to improve. And don't take that as a negative feedback. Always take that as a constructive feedback. Have a constructive discussion with them that how you can improve upon. And if you have any issues with them as well, talk freely that, okay, these are certain things that I don't like it, where I also need collaboration from your extended team or whatever you're working with. and that's how you will become a cross collaboration functional team.
Great. Good. Yeah, that's respect and frequent communication is really key here. You know, also that transparency that we need to bring with the team, that whatever you need to be explicitly asking if there are any challenges. One point you brought very nicely about doing exploration, about the our application, what what you can explore. You can do certain you know exploration testing, and brought some topic which is unknown to us, which we can later on build. So these are very good way to give your team that kind of leverage, so that they can have better communication with the customer. Absolutely. Now, uh, when we talk about business goals and what customer needs, what happens when there is a gap or where there is a differences in these two things.
So there can always be a difference between what customer needs and what your organizational goals are,
Hmm.
right? Because everyone is here to make money,
Right.
right? Even when we go to the office, my only goal is work for 9 hours, 8 hours, get the money in. That's it, right?
Hmm.
No one is like here for free. And when you talk about the goals of customer, sometimes it becomes a priority for you to understand why they are into the market. Like for them as well, it's not only you that who is serving it. There
Right.
are hundred of the people which are in line, and life is a continuous race. If you don't kick a start, someone gonna beat you and he will take the step ahead of you. That's where I keep saying to the people, look, why why that customer is coming to you, because he may have a sense of owner, he may have seen a sense of ownership, accountability in you, that you are able to deliver certain good things. Yeah, that's why he's coming, reaching out to you. And when you communicate with them, they are getting more confidence that you can deliver a better quality product. There may be differences between your business. He may be from manufacturing, you may be from development background, and he may
Hmm.
not understand many times that what you're talking about. And
Right.
he can say that, okay, whatever you're saying is, it doesn't make sense at all. Yeah. But as a agile team or a project manager or as a developer, you need to understand that your communication has to be so transparent that you can make a layman understand what you're trying to say.
Exactly. Use simple English. As simple
Exactly.
yeah.
Do not use the technical jargon when you're talking to business, because they just know how to get the business, how to
Hmm.
run the business. They don't know your technical Python or say Salesforce, SAP. Even if they want to log in, they just want to put the key in their email ID and password, and that to be very simple password, which is no longer suggested today. But this is how their mindset is.
Right.
That's where the mind maps again comes into play. Understand why they are really adamant on their requirement. Understand why, what not only what their customer wants, what their organization goals are, and how you can align your current organization goals with them. It
Right.
may be like you may not be aligning all your 5 or 7 goals with them, but at least even if you are able to align 3 to 4 goals as well, task is done. You are nearly there on the finish line, that okay, this is what I have to deliver, this is how I will deliver this. And that will also reflect on your CSAT scores.
Hmm.
Today CSAT has become really a priority for almost all the organization. They just want to understand what customer thinks about you, and that drives your next target goals. Secondly, what I say is, look for your development goals as well, what your development goals are. And you have to prioritize your development goal not in terms of one single client, but think from an industry perspective what actually the industry is calling about, and then try to align those goals with the business and the customer. If you do that, you will always see that you are a step ahead when you are talking to the customer. You Try to read their mind, what actually they're continuously talking about. Try to gauge. Do not interrupt them while they're talking.
Right.
Listen, because like listening is a very great skill, I would say.
Absolutely. Active listening, you should practice for that. Yeah.
Exactly. And once you listen, let them they spell out whatever they want to, because the great ideas come from listening. That's where you will got to know. Okay, I'll give an example. Like while I was working with one of my product, and there was very one simple thing that there was a location that we never used to show in one of the forms.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was talking to the customer's business channel partner, and suddenly he cropped. There was a statement that was made, and that for the location I have to go to that page, and I'll get the location from that page, and I'll just put it in here. It stuck to my mind why I'm giving up another click to him that he has to go to the different page and come back here and put the information, because now you take this as a contact center.
Hmm.
Every single second is a money counted.
Hmm.
If you reduce the number of clicks for them, or if you even reduce 1 second of their call time, that's a money hell lot of money saved. So but how you can get that? Unless until you listen them very actively, very passionately, you will get to know what the actually problems are. Because 80% of the problems, okay, we understand from the documents.
Hmm.
20% of the problem comes only from the discussions and the exploration that you are doing with them.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. Right. So great
Yeah.
story. Yeah, absolutely. Yes. So uh, let's talk about like your team. So let's see. I'm looking for some one simple habit, which help your team to stay connected with your customer, or not just the customer, but their mindset remains customer focused.
So what I have introduced in my team, that do not wait for me for any discussion with the customer. I should not be roadblocker for you. I
Mhm.
should be the person who has to remove all your roadblocks. If you're stuck, then come to me. If not, if you want to reach out to anyone in the organization, reach out to them. If you want to reach out to customer, reach out to them. Just inform me that okay, you are reaching out to them. I don't have any issues. If there any difficult conversation, do not proceed forward. Take a pause, because that's where you try to ruin your relations. Take a pause, get me involved then. I can navigate to that difficult conversations. So, and when you talk very like conservatively with them, and when you talk with them very oftenly and confidently, they will also start building the confidence in you.
Hmm.
And what will happen is they will always think that okay, you are not a vendor, you are a team to me who can actually deliver certain thing to me, and that can help me in the business. And that's how you like, it's all about the building relationship with them. And always try, like if there is certain thing that you see that okay, that are falling behind, right?
Right. Hmm.
There is always a very good tradition that our ancestors told us: barter system.
Hmm.
Make use of it. We should be really good in negotiation with them, what actually they are looking for. And if, and like when you work for a product for a very very long time, or like even if 6 months you are working on the same product, you know what features does really matter, and what features that okay, customer can let it go. But there are certain things that we call it as scope creep, right? But understand, if that scope creep is really make a market impact, then let's take it and drive it.
Hmm.
That's what I keep telling to my team: do not wait,
Hmm.
explore. And if you think that okay, customer has given me 10 features, and I see this 11th feature make more sense to me, because that will help me in next 1 year, go ahead and talk to the customer and challenge him that this has to be there.
Right.
Let him understand why this has to be there. Because Today it may not be priority, but
Hmm.
tomorrow lack of planning should not become an emergency for anyone.
Right, right, right.
Yeah, and
Hmm.
that's once you have that collaborative way, you will always find a good suggestions from all over the team and from the customer as well.
Nice, Gaurav. Very nicely said. So, will you recommend any, any books, any videos, any trainings to people like, to our audience, so they can go and, do their research, read more about customer centricity.
There are few books that I can suggest. Like which one I would suggest that like one is the safe agile book itself, right?
Okay. Hmm.
That that really gives a very good perception that
Hmm.
how we have to follow the customer ways of working. Second is I think there is a one book that's from Sydney Browner. That's a
Hmm.
customer centric leadership,
Okay.
and that tells you like he's focused on 8 principles, wherein they says that okay, do not look for the user stories, look for the feature that can really drive certain business decisions,
Hmm.
right? Don't look for the data driven decision making approach.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's a very nice book, and it really helps you to change the complete perception of the customer itself. So, and the other one like I have recently start reading about it, but I'm still in say middle of that. So that's a Peter Fadder's centricity book,
Okay.
and it it really focus on the strategic ways to focus on customer. Like he's trying to say that do not look from own organization point of view, always try
Hmm.
to put the customer in the organization itself,
Oh, that's
and
nice.
then
Hmm.
try to deliver certain thing. You will see the differences why it is really required.
Great. Gaurav, it was really nice talking to you. It was great discussion. I really enjoyed. I'll look forward to these books. If I get an
Mhm.
opportunity, I'll definitely read it.
Sure.
And thanks for your time. To my audience, if you really enjoyed this discussion, please subscribe to my channel. Please like this video, share with your friends and colleagues. Thank you once again, Gaurav.
Thank you, Deshpande ji.